everyone, welcome to day 5 of the Sunflower Seams Daphne Sew Along. Today we will be creating and attaching our skirt as well as adding the finishing touches. Today is going to wrap up all the sewing that I have for y'all, and then day 6, which is tomorrow, will be dedicated solely to y'all catching up any of the days that you might have missed. So first things first, whether you're doing the peplum, vintage, or dress skirts, all of the steps are going to be the same. Even if you added pockets or didn't add pockets, we're all following the same steps. So first things first, you're going to lay your skirt pieces on top of each other with the right sides of the fabric touching, aligning the long raw edges and the short raw edges. Just as a reminder, if you are using directional fabric, be sure that you're laying your fabric on top of each other in the same direction. Next, you are going to sew your side seams using a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, and you will finish off with a zigzag stitch or a serger for a professional look. You will repeat that for the second side seam. Next, you will fold your bottom raw edge up with the wrong sides of the fabric touching 1/4 of an inch and press around the entire bottom hem. Then you will fold it up another 3/8 of an inch, enclosing that raw edge, and press well. You will then want to top stitch along the top of your hem. Next, you will want to sew 2 rows of gathering stitches along the top raw edge of your skirt. You will want to start in the back middle, or at least that's how I always start because I find it easier. So start in the back middle, and sew your first row of gathering stitches 1/4 of an inch away from the top raw edge, and then the second row 1/4 of an inch away from the first row. Then you will want to turn your skirt inside out and insert your bodice into your skirt. You will want to align the side seam of the skirt with the side seam of your bodice. And if you are doing the pockets version, make sure that your pockets are in the front. Repeat for the second side seams. Now align your front middle with the middle of your bodice and place a pin. And then find the middle of your back bodice and align the middle of your back skirt with it and place a pin. Now you will want to pull your gathering stitches and adjust your gathers so that each section of your skirt is lined up perfectly. You will also want to adjust your gathers so that they are evenly distributed throughout the entire skirt. Once your gathers are distributed evenly, you will want to sew around the raw edge and finish off with a zigzag stitch or a serger. Make sure as you are attaching your skirt that you are also pulling the elastic casing in the back and then adjusting your gathers. That way your skirt will move with your elastic casing and it doesn't restrict your dress going on and off your model. To finish up, you will want to grab 3 or 4 buttons depending on the size of the garment that you made and align them in the front of your bodice, placing one at the top, one at the bottom, and then placing the middle one evenly between the first 2. And that wraps up our Daphne Sew Along. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are just now joining us or missed a day, just remember that tomorrow, which is day 6, is dedicated solely to catching up. So you can either get started or try to finish. And then day 7 will be when you post your final garment photos, which can either be modeled or a flat lay. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that you will join us again next month.